Guys, I interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for breaking news from Toyota because Toyota has now published several more interior teaser images for the upcoming 2022 Toyota Tundra. So in this video, I want to show you the images and also talk about everything we know about the upcoming Tundra. It is pretty exciting because it's an all-new truck and an all-new platform that hasn't been around for like 14 or 15 years. So let's look at this image carefully first. This is the latest news. And then I also want to show you some of my perspective on the full image of the Tundra that they released. And of course, any other news related to the horsepower for the hybrid, potentially that's a rumor. But let's look at the official news that Toyota has put out today, just very recently, a few minutes ago. So this is their top of the dashboard. You can see the hood and of course some of the terrain that they want us to kind of drive over. But this immediately caught my eye right here. This is basically a red or orange, perhaps, a marker on the steering wheel. And what does it look like to you? Well, to me, it looks like a Ford Raptor marker that Ford puts on their Raptor truck. So what is Toyota saying? So this, the hood is white. So I'm assuming this is their TRD Pro truck. This is the truck they're talking about. And here you can also partially see the interior. If you zoom in just a little bit, you can see kind of a dark red, probably leather interior, and you can see a little screen there, and you could see the white hood and also the TRD Pro, big, chunky, these kind of, they almost look like air outlets on the hood. And it almost looks like a kind of a heavy-duty truck, similar to what Chevrolet has currently on there, has some of their heavy-duty trucks. So are they basically saying that this will have a capability to match or compete against the Raptor? Well, that's kind of my personal opinion because that's what that steering wheel marker means to me. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this. But let's unpack this image a little bit further and look at more detail. I want to look at the screen. I want to zoom in here and actually talk about the screen, which appears to be quite wide. Yes, and we only see a top portion of it. It says LTE, so that could be basically a connection to your phone, obviously Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. But it doesn't look like, this image doesn't look like the current Toyota infotainment system. It looks like the latest system they recently unveiled in their Lexus NX. The Lexus NX is getting their latest Toyota connected, which is kind of a company, standalone company, but also owned by Toyota, that they generated and created their own software to run most of their vehicles now, and focused on the United States and also in some global markets as well. I actually was in Texas a couple of weeks ago at the Toyota headquarters when they unveiled the latest Lexus NX, and I actually got a chance to actually sit down in the car and use their system. It was very intuitive, not a lot of menu options. You don't have to dig into the system. It was very responsive, very crisp. So this may be the latest Toyota implementation of that. Lexus calls their new system Toyota Lexus interface. I'm not sure what Toyota will call theirs, maybe Toyota interface, but that's quite exciting that they might be using their latest infotainment system. A couple more things. We can kind of see almost a new rear view mirror design here in this truck. And actually there's no reflection and no image. It's kind of looks like it's kind of grayed out. What does it mean? I don't think it means much, but it might also mean that they have a backup camera rear view mirror system. You know, a lot of their crossovers and latest vehicles have it, like the RAV4 has it. So why not actually add it to the truck? A lot of the competitors are now doing that, a feature in technology, especially like GM, and even Nissan is coming in here with this technology. So it kind of makes sense that the latest Tundra would have that. And also, let's look, we can also see the speaker over here. So the stereo system looks like a JBL. So that's kind of as much information as we can learn from these images. But the most dramatic one is this marker on the steering wheel, because what does it mean? So what does it mean for this truck to be a competitor or actually go up against the Raptor? Well, it needs to have pretty massive power, aggressive style, and also a very sophisticated suspension system. So style, well, it's subjective, but I think Toyota probably is going for some aggressive style with a giant grille. And I know a lot of you guys have said that this truck looks like a supersized Tacoma. Well, I can kind of see that, but I know it also has a lot of unique touches as well. And I especially like the headlight design. I think it was kind of well executed. It's got the marker lights, very Raptor-like as well. So of course in the grille and on the side and the fender. So that means this potentially could be a wide body vehicle. We don't know exactly how wide it is. Maybe approaching 80 inches because that's what's required to have the marker lights. And power. So recently, just about a day ago, there was another kind of a rumor related to the Lexus LX, the upcoming generation of the Lexus luxury flagship SUV. And they were saying that the latest Lexus LX could have a twin-turbo V6 hybrid, electric hybrid powertrain with about 480 horsepower and approximately 642 pound-feet of torque. This is unofficial. Lexus hasn't said it officially. Toyota hasn't said it officially. But this is in the upcoming LX 750H that was just rumored. So this is their premier powertrain potentially in the Lexus. So maybe some sort of a tune of that engine and that hybrid could be in this TRD Pro, which puts it kind of above where the current Raptor is with its powertrain, because the Raptor is using a high output V6 engine in their truck with 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. So if this truck has 480-ish horsepower and over 640 pound-feet of torque, it will have the power to compete at least with the current Raptor, maybe not the Raptor R. Or the TRX for that matter, because the TRX has about 702 horsepower. But, and then the final unknown is the suspension. We know that Toyota works with Fox and Bilstein on their current trucks, their Tacomas and Tundras. By the way, new wheel design right here on the TRD Pro, which I think is pretty cool. So are they going to be using the latest Fox shocks on this? Are they going to be active, meaning adjustable in real time, depending on conditions? We don't know. Is it going to be a Bilstein shock, adjustable for real conditions? We don't know. So there's still a few things we don't know, but it's kind of exciting that Toyota is actually going there. Finally, I just wanted to show you this image of the Land Cruiser interior, and this is basically their latest 300 series for 2022. As you can see, kind of also wide screen. This is about a 12-inch diagonal screen, which appears to be, let me get there really quick. Appears to be about the same maybe width as this teaser. So potentially the Tundra might have a 12-inch screen. We don't know. Maybe it's much larger than that. And maybe it matches actually the Lexus NX with over 14 inches of screen. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Is Toyota really gunning for the Raptor with this Tundra teaser? And of course, more teasers are coming before the Tundra is unveiled. It should be available fully later this fall for us to see. And then maybe on sale by December. That's what we're hoping. And as always, go back to tfltruck.com for all the latest news, views, and real-world, of course, Toyota Tundra reviews.